Good morning. I don't know if you can hear the wind outside, but we've got a great storm in the Boston area today. And I thought, what a nice day to stay inside and play with pens. And we're going to do that right now, and you're going to watch whether you like it or not. So I thought I'd have today a good old-fashioned tractor pull. And we're going to have two pens. A Sheaffer from the I guess this is from the late 20s, and a Parker from the late 20s as well. And this is a Doodle Junior, and this is a Sheaffer flat top. But people that know Sheaffers can explain to you that this is sort of a later flat top because of its humpback clip and blah blah blah, all of that kind of boring stuff, which I don't much care for. But I'm going to draw two tractors and we're going to see who wins. So we'll start with the Sheaffer, the black Sheaffer. So what do tractors look like? Well, they have a big wheel in the back and a little wheel in the front, and the machinery here, and a little smokestack. And the farmer, I guess they don't have spoke wheels, but I'll make this one have spoke wheels. And this is a sturdy pen. It goes from, if there was a range, not from 0 to 10, but maybe from 2 to 4. And it's a nice firm pen. I feel I can really press down, and I'm not going to just harm it. Here, this is the I don't know what in front of the farmer here. And then next to it, and here's our little rope between the two tractors, will be, here's the Sheaffer. Here's the Parker. Now the Parker, how different is the Parker? The Parker, seems, maybe it can make a slightly broader line than the Sheaffer. This tractor, well, this one has a surrey with the fringe on top. That's the fringe. There's the farmer at the control panel of his tractor. And both are pretty yummy. These are not as flexible as the Watermans that I showed the other day, but they're really quite lovely pens. And at this point, I'm not really sure who would win. I don't know how we judge these two pens. So the tractors are sort of pulling at each other here, trying to see who's going to win. Maybe the Parker, maybe the Sheaffer. And I think if I had both of these pens in my hand, I might choose one over the other depending on my mood. And I can be a person of many moods. This one is thinner than this one, and when this one is in my hand, because it feels thinner, I might draw more delicately with this, whereas this pen, because it's a little bit fatter, I may hold it a little bit more aggressively and draw more aggressively. The thing with tools of any sort, all of us know that what it's like to draw with a different kind of a pencil. A number 6B is different from a 2H. But a fat pencil is different than a regular sized pencil. A fat barrel, the actual thing you're holding, will determine maybe how you use it. I don't know if this is true with all of you, but it is with me. I will look at a pen and I'll put it in my hand, and a certain pen will want me to write vertically. Another pen might want me to write at a slant. You know, pens have their own characteristic which determine how I might want to use them. Now, maybe I'm too sensitive. Maybe I'm a sensitive boy, and I see and feel things differently than other people, but I know that when I hold a pen that's... I would draw different drawings. If this was a pen with me and I was out drawing trees, let's say, I would draw the tree very differently, just by the way this pen is shaped and the thinness of the pen. It may cause my brain to think of different things. This one in my hand, there's a certain sort of, this is like a bulldog. It's short and fat, and it makes me want to press down harder than this pen, even though they're both almost identical in terms of how they write and how they feel from the point down and the line they make. They're almost identical. But this one, because of its fatness, it makes me want to press down more. Now, I don't understand how this works. You'll have to figure out by going into my brain. I'll will my brain to science, and if someone wants to bother to go in there and take a look at it, we'll see what they say. But holding a pen like this makes me want to draw differently than holding this pen, and the points might be identical. I think this is going to win the tractor pull because it's a bulldog. This one is, you know, a terrier, a stubborn terrier, but this one, just because of its girth and its weight, is going to pull this one. So let's go back to our tractors and see. Is this true? You know, there's just something about the broadness of the width of the barrel that makes me think this has more horsepower than this one. But they're otherwise 99.9% of their DNA is interchangeable. The way they write is very similar. Very similar, but this one makes me want to press down harder. It just makes me want to be more aggressive. This one makes me want to not be aggressive. You know. This one, I'd write my letter to the editor. Dear editor, how can you possibly say that about blah, blah, blah? Where this one might, if I were a romantic, make me want to write a love letter. My dearest one, blah, 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 XXX. So they're all different. I can't explain it. I'll try to explain it in another video. But anyway, we've got two pens that are great for drawing, great for writing, and they both look the same in terms of the line they make. But sometimes a pen, the Parker makes a slightly thicker line, which goes with its slightly fatter barrel. I kind of like when pens match the line they make. So let's now draw a real fun doodly tractor, one each. So this will be, I'll try to draw this all in one line. How about? Do they have smokestacks? I don't know. Sometimes they do. Green Acres is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me. land spreading out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside. So here's the Parker drawing of the attractor with the fringe on top. Let's try the Sheaffer. Yeah, this is slightly thinner. So this is going to be a different kind of a... This will be the Ziffel. From the Ziffel farm. The Ziffel farm has a slightly different tractor. There's Fred Ziffel. There's Doris Ziffel. She had big boobs. They had a new Doris and an old Doris on that show. The old Doris, of course, was better than the new one. There's Arnold the pig. There's his tail. Though he spent more time, I think, at the Douglas household than he did at the Ziffel home. Lisa. Anyway, so this one makes a slightly finer line than the Parker. Makes me want to doodle in a slightly different way. I'm not paying attention really to what I'm drawing. I'm just making lines. That's the other thing about pens, is my mind can wander. You know, here I start drawing a tractor and I end up drawing butterflies or whatever. I didn't draw a butterfly yet. There we go. There's a butterfly. Doris Ziffel. So, yeah, this one is finer. Both very good pens. So, the Ziffels versus the Douglases. Who's going to win the tractor pull? Let's put the word between them there. Boink. Ta-da. Anyway, fun with pens. Parker Duofold Jr. from 1929 to 1932 or something. I don't really know the years. This color was called a modern pearl and black. Fills with a little button on the back. Button fill has a rubber sack on the inside that is smushed by the little button mechanism. The Sheaffer has a lever on the side, as Sheaffers almost always did, to fill this one, and a very nice nib this has, but a finer nib. Oops, drawing on the wrong drawing. So I think this one's going to win the tractor pull. Just this has the brute horsepower edge in it. The other one doesn't, but both of them are great pens. The end.